Hi, Stuart Sutton, System 7 Real Estate Coaching and Workshops. We're going to continue to talk about how you can dominate your market. And when you finish these 6 sessions, you will believe that you can dominate your market. You will have the confidence to go up against top agents. And you know what? If you're the expert that you can be and that you'll learn how to be, a lot of times you will not have any competition, including from other top agents. When you finish these sessions, when you put into play what you're going to learn, you're going to have a dependable source of listings and buyers, and thus a dependable source of income. And it could possibly be the highest source of income in your real estate business. The consumer has a higher perception of you than they do general real estate agents. They need your service. We talked about that the last time. They need the expertise a professional provides. You're not just any other real estate agent who provides general information, but you have a level of expertise that fulfills what they need. So you will be in a position to compete with and beat any top agent in your market if you compete with them. And most of the time, very simply, you won't be competing with anybody. I literally had a listing appointment yesterday, listing appointment the day before. I'm sorry, not yesterday and the day before. This is Monday. I had a listing appointment on Thursday and an appointment on Friday. No competition in either of them. No other agent was talking to those sellers. They were ready to sign up with me. You will be in that position as well. The number of people who contact you up front will increase. The number of referrals you get because you're an expert will increase. Let's talk about how to choose a specialization wisely. Now let's talk about some specializations. Townhomes, that's an obvious one. Lakefront properties, pretty obvious. Golf course homes, pretty obvious. There are some that are not as obvious, and we'll talk about those as well. You've got to make sure that there are enough sales in the niche that you choose that you can create an income for yourself. You've also got to make sure that there's enough success in that niche, and we're going to go over that ratio in just a minute. It'd be great if the average price in that niche was higher. So if your overall market, you're running along at an average price, and my median price is actually about the median price in my market, but the median price in my niche is about 61% higher. Used to be double, it's fallen a little bit, but it's about 61% higher than the average price in my market. And as the market recovers, mine will go to 2 times and even beyond that, the average price. If your niche sells faster, wouldn't it be great if you listed homes that were higher price, getting you more commission, and sold faster, getting you commissions faster? Well, you can look at those and determine whether that's the case. And then the hotness ratio, which is a super test for the current condition of your niche. Let's talk about those individually. First of all, there have to be enough sales so that you can take your share. Let's assume that you're going to take maybe a 5% market share. Maybe that's a good initial goal. If there were, say, 234 sales in your niche and you want to get 5% of them, that's going to be 11 sales. Now, quite sincerely, that's not bad your first year. If you want more, try to take a little bit bigger share or a little bit bigger niche. But if you're going to get 5% the first year and maybe 10% the second year, you're going at a pretty good pace. The thing about a niche, and we'll talk about this in a second, is you can expand it, you can add to it, and you can do that pretty easily. So just make sure there's enough sales. If there are 38 sales in the niche you want, a 5% share is, a sale or two. That's nothing. You've got to make sure that your niche has enough sales in it. And we talked about this a while ago. I'll go into a little bit more detail. Your market's average price, really it's best if it's higher than your current personal average price or even the market average. If it's not, that's okay. If you're adding another income stream, but it's great if you choose a niche. And here's the thing, you're going to have the confidence, just know this right now, you're going to have the confidence that you can work a higher priced property because you're going to have a level of knowledge about it that nobody else has. Okay? The days in the market, if your niche sells faster, even better. Now, if you say, hey, I want to work higher priced homes, and in virtually every market out there, higher priced homes sell slower than median priced homes, it's kind of a little bit of a pie in the sky to expect for luxury homes to sell faster. Probably not going to happen. There may be exceptions, but if you're thinking about townhomes and maybe a little higher priced townhome, or lakefront properties, maybe entry-level lakefront properties are priced higher than your average price. So entry-level waterfront homes might sell faster. So just think about that for a second, okay? Or as you start to put this together. Now, it's a pretty good combination. If it's a higher price and and a faster sale. So think about those two. Once again, it's not mandatory that those fit, but it'd be really nice if they did. Here's a ratio that you really do need to know about. I call it the success ratio. Very few agents know this. I actually share it with each and every seller that I talk to about the market that their home is in. Now, the number of homes compared to the number of homes listed. I'm sorry, I don't think I said it right. The number of homes sold compared to the number of homes listed. So if 10,000 homes were listed in your market and 431 closed, you've got a 43% success ratio. In your niche, if the success ratio is 48% or 51% or 60%, obviously you are going to have better success. So think about the three we've talked about so far. Success ratio, if you've got a higher level of success and a higher price and a faster sale, you're doing pretty darn good. I hope you're starting to see how you can actually use this in regular real estate as well. Now here's another crucial ratio, the hotness ratio. This is a ratio that will help you determine how hot your market is right now. It's the average of the number of homes, it's the percentage of the number of homes under contract compared to the number of homes listed. So if there's 10,000 homes actively listed and there's 3,772 under contract, you've got a 37% hotness ratio. If the hotness ratio in your niche is 20%, you're working a niche that is not as hot. Might not be the best idea. If it's 40% or 49% or 60%, you're working a hotter area, a hotter type of market. So just make a little graph for yourself like I did, the number of sales. I didn't put the number of sales in there because that could vary dramatically depending on the niche that you're looking after. But know what the days in the market are. Know what the average price is, the success ratio, the hotness ratio. They might not all beat the average, but if half of them beat the average, then you're still doing pretty darn good. If all of them are average, guess what? You're still adding an income stream. So make a decision on the best possible niche for you, okay? Now, here's the most important thing, and we're going to actually talk about the details of this on a separate call, and there's some support material for you. The single most important factor is to choose a unique property with owners who consider themselves and their property unique. I mean, think about this. If the owner doesn't think they need an agent with special knowledge, why would they call you when they get your material? Why would they call you when they see your site online? Why would they call you if they don't think they need a special agent? They have to think they need you. So if they consider their property unique, there's a good chance they're going to want what you have. Here's a few rules to think about when you're choosing a niche. It's better to be first than it is to be best. Do you think Red Bull's the absolute best tasting energy drink in the world? No, probably not. But they were the first one, so when you think of energy drink, you think of Red Bull. And most people know what Red Bull is. You probably can't name the second, third, or fourth highest selling energy drink. Think about this. If nobody is working townhomes in your area, being first is best. If no one's working lakefront properties, be first. So if you can be first in a niche that's already lucrative, already has the stats, already has the track record, being first is a great thing to do. Let's say, however, that somebody already works a niche you want to work. Well, your choice is you can find another niche or you can work that niche and do something different. Now, there were a lot of rental car companies when Enterprise came into the picture, but they did something different. They focused on the suburbs instead of the airports. They actually delivered the cars to the customers. They did something different. That's why they were launched to being the #1 rental car company in America. Real estate. You could be the only agent in the lakefront community who shows homes on a boat. Doesn't have to be that, but something that's different. You could be the only agent who works a townhome community who has open house tours for all townhome communities every Sunday. You could be the only agent who works luxury homes who provides a landscaper to fix the house up. There's a lot of things you can do. If you want to enter the same niche someone else is doing, be different and be effective. Okay? All right. So one last thing you can do is you can create a brand new niche. There were a lot of car companies when the Volkswagen Bug came out, but they created a new niche, and they were the #1 brand in that niche forever. Haagen-Dazs, there were a lot of ice creams, but they created a new niche, the high-end premium ice cream. Didn't exist till Haagen-Dazs started their brand. I started 2 different niches that I created 1 acre plus homes. There were farm and ranch agents. There were a lot of agents that did farms and ranches. No one did the small stuff. Home on an acre, home on 2.3 acres, home on 4.4 acres. In views, there were agents that did lake homes. There were agents that did luxury homes. No one did views. So guess what? We list homes now on the lake that have views, luxury homes on hilltops that have views. We created a new niche. You can do the same thing. Think about it. I talked about entry-level lake homes a while ago. That's a good new niche. Lake homes are considered to be fairly expensive in most markets. What if you focused on and became the expert in entry level, the least expensive, the ones people can get into? Did you know you can get into lake homes for this price? Well, most people don't know that. Get all the lake homes, waterfront homes under this price for this amount of money. There's a lot of different things you can do as far as that goes, you guys. You've got to know your numbers. You've got to know your ratios. You've got to know your market stats. This is one of the things that you're going to want to have is product knowledge. When you walk into a listing and you know your numbers, you know your ratios, you know your stats, no other agent does. If you know how many homes are on the market, how fast they're selling, how they did last year, how they did this year, you're going to know something no other agent knows. So you either need to be first, or you need to be different, or you need to create a new niche altogether. The most important thing, and we're going to cover this on another session, is know the consumer. Know if they really feel like they need the service that you're going to offer. If they really need the specialized knowledge that you're going to have. Okay? Now, a big part of that specialized knowledge is knowing the numbers, the ratios, and the stats. When I sit down in front of a seller in my niche and I tell them, this is the number of homes that went on the market, and this is the number that sold last year. The success ratio is this. We're not really concerned with the ones that didn't sell. We're concerned with being one of the ones that does sell, and here's how we do that. Now, most sellers aren't ever aware of what that ratio is, and I've been in listing presentations truly in this market where the success ratio was 8%. Only 8% of homes that went on the market sold and closed successfully. That's pretty horrendous. I don't think I'd choose a niche that had that kind of success ratio. I actually work a niche that has over a 61% success ratio. My lowest run right now has 47% that one of my agents is working. But the point is, you need to know those. You need to know the ratios, the stats. You need to know everything about the market so that your sellers know that you're credible, that you're professional, that you're the expert that you claim to be. And we're going to do that in a number of other ways as well. So, very importantly, know your consumers. We're going to teach you how to do that here in just a few minutes. Once again, I'm Stuart Sutton. Real estate niches are a very powerful way to build your business, add to your income, and become an expert, become perceived as an expert, and become respected by consumers and peers. And I hope you realize that by now, and I hope you'll take the next week to decide which niche you want to work, because next week we're going to show you how to go even further, take the next step in that niche. All right? Once again, it's your choice, so make it a powerful day.